Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 19 Quarterfinals. Today we're taking a look at the Dusty the Clown Show, the Luth team, taking on Razzle, Dazzle, the BlueJay team.
Luth has supposedly won a game according to the HUD.
Yeah,
That's
they
not
keep
true.
doing that
It's
for
fake.
some reason. With me here, as always, is the Dr. Dota, Randy.
I'm definitely here.
10 seconds remaining.
Got my playoff beard.
It's true.
Radiant team back.
You got your playoff beer.
No, I don't have beer.
10 seconds remaining.
Or at
Well,
least
then you're
one of
pretty
these
much
players
busted.
does, though.
5 seconds remaining. Radiant team back. Ten seconds remaining. Dire team back.
Okay. So now that I've got all the stuff that I was going to set up during the inevitable 20-minute delay done. Yeah, let's get to, let's look at these bans and picks. A lot of meta so far. I know, I don't like the first, phase Lifestealer ban. I just don't think it's, I think it was really tough even last patch to run the Lifestealer first phase. I think it was already a bad idea to do that, and I think it's gotten even worse since the nerf. I think it's very counterable now, and I don't know if people are giving that fact enough credit. I think Lifestealer, when he's not really good, is really binary, and he's not really good anymore, so you know what that means. BlueJay gets the Abaddon, so that's interesting. Again...
Yeah, I don't know anything about the current meta, by the way.
That's good. Again, Abaddon nerfed again last patch. Still doing pretty well for himself, though I don't think he's quite the oppressive force he used to be anymore. In particular, I don't really think he works core anymore. Not particularly often. And Luth is picking up the Tidehunter, who's still pretty good. Most of the meta is the same for the record, except some of the worst offenders got nerfed, like Lich got nerfed in particular, Abaddon got a little nerfed, then a little more, Lifestealer nerfed. Lifestealer got nerfed in a pretty big way, actually. Now he cannot infest creeps forever early on. He, like, automatically pops out after a while. So that's pretty big for his early game. But, yeah. Abaddon and Tidehunter are both still good. Abaddon not really what he used to be. Tidehunter pretty much still is. Tidehunter pretty much still is as good as he was, so.
Radiant team back.
Oh yeah, we're going to see some watermelon gaming.
We're now live. So that's nice. Actually, we're like a minute in live, but I didn't really start like saying anything useful or like show the screen until a minute in, so it's all even in the end. But
Yeah, so don't say slurs.
yeah, don't. Well, I mean, already don't. I mean, we were already in the position where saying slurs would be bad. It's just now it's actually being shown. But yeah, yeah. Oh, I guess also Axe is pretty dead now. They kind of killed him. Dawnbreaker's still good. LC didn't really get changed that much, but like Axe is pretty dead. I think I'm going to keep avoiding saying the hero that I think is going to be really good this patch until somebody finally picks it. I just told it to Randy. He won't tell it to you.
Whoa, Ricky?
Yeah, it was Ricky. You got it. And I expect that hero that I secretly said who is not Ricky is going to take the pause 3 slot that I think Axe kind of left behind.
I do have Oracle gaming.
Yeah, Luth believes that he is picking for Cryptic and has just picked up the Oracle here. So that's interesting.
10 seconds.
I think Oracle has been kind of underrated hero in this meta so far. It's like, a lot of fights are kind of like based around very short bursts. I mean, like Furion is getting picked in pro games. I'm still not a believer of it in like the LD2L level. But Furion is getting picked in pro games because like later on in the game he can start like jump scaring you where he just jumps on you and just kills you in like 2-3 hits. And Oracle completely prevents that. Even Abaddon can't really completely get rid of that, but Oracle he absolutely can. He has no issues with that. Very early Quap. Kitty apparently not afraid of Kid Dynamite, who is standing in for Gundam this game.
10 seconds remaining. seconds remaining.
Well, I see you have the Lena band who can 100 to 0 co-op within one stun. But there are other mids who can do that, probably. What's for it? Question mark.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't necessarily know if the co-op's been screened completely efficiently, but I don't think outside of the Lena there are that many heroes that you could pick to give her like a non-game and actually have a game as a hero. Like
10 seconds remaining.
you could run the silencer mid, but they just unreworked silencer, so he's like a pretty unacceptable mid again. Not like he was all that acceptable before, but you know, if you pick the silencer mid to counter the quap, it's not going to do anything. That's like your situation. You can either pick things to hard counter quap and not do anything, or you can pick things to do things and they're not going to hard counter quap. I think that's really where you're at. Got a Tusk pick here. I've noticed. I saw a match where Brienne was running that, and I was like, very appropriate because her clan is Tusky.
Oh, true. That's synergy.
True. Shouts to Hulk, who is sitting idle in chat. Hasn't said anything yet. Maybe he will have said something by the time 2 minutes passes and he could hear this. That would be funny.
Radiant team pick.
I wonder.
Yeah, it's starting to get like
Okay,
picked
so that-
again, I noticed.
Can't necessarily kill Queen of Fane within one stun, which is kind of what you
No.
want.
Yeah, I think it actually matches pretty badly in the quad, really. Unless you get like a really
Yeah,
big,
because you
like,
don't avoid any of her damage and you can't kill her in one stun. It's pretty.
yeah, and she can kind of kill you in one ult,
5
really.
seconds remaining.
I think for the most part, like the quab ult plus the knife plus the scream, you know, just all that, and at minimum you're going to be routing for the most part as Windrunner, if not dead, you know? You're a lot scarier to her than the other way around.
You have like an Abba who wastes focus fire time at Tusk. Well, I guess could be not focus fire, but
Of course, there is a very good chance we're just wasting our breath talking about this, because there's just as likely a chance that it's the Whimsical Dragon on the Windrunner
true.
running at support, which he's been doing.
Team pick.
And there's a real mid.
okay, yeah.
Again, it's good in a quap. It's not like going to completely snuff her out. I would say it's like I said, you know, it's going to tilt towards being good against her, but it's not going to be a hard counter, I don't
10
think.
seconds
Kitty should still have a game here. It's going to be awesome calling the lane between Kitty and KD. That's going to be cool.
Dire team ban.
It's not actually 1-0 already, Doughboy. They just did that for fun. Bringing in the Muerta, who we are starting to see a little bit in this patch. And I think thus far it's an alright. No, I'm a little suspect of it, honestly. I think you've got a lot of stuff that goes through her funny ghosting
5
abilities.
seconds remaining.
You've got the Ravage, which I think is something she always kind of hates to deal with. You've got the Oracle ult, which is something I think she always hates to deal with. And you could very easily be living in a society where Luth drafts up something for himself that's very easily able to build up like the Nullifier. And when you get that, it gets really bad for her
Radiant
really
team
fast.
ban.
I mean, I know that Muerta is meta. I don't know why it's meta though. So we'll see in this game, I suppose.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Banning out the Ursa is an interesting move. They're assuming that the Muerta is not going to be P1, which I think is...
Isn't it
Interesting.
P1? I think it's played P1.
Yeah. Every time I've seen it since the new patch, it's been P1. Or mid.
Dire team ban.
And, I don't think you're going to have a P4, like, co-op this game, so...
Yet they've been 3 straight P1s.
I am assuming it's going to be
then-
a 3 for the last pick for Razzle Dazzle.
Yeah.
Or actually, I guess a Batten could hypothetically be the 3. Could be just the Lads Batten and then just some support here,
5
but
seconds
that'd be a
remaining.
little funny.
Sport less pick.
You love to see it. But it's probably Lads. Maybe he even might pick that particular hero. I was kind of urging him to try and pick it up.
Yeah, Ricky. It looks
Yeah,
really
Ricky.
good. You can smoke cloud numbers for it.
Pause 3 Ricky, nothing I like more than that.
Dire team pick.
Razzle Dazzle just banning out safe lanes. I think maybe it might have been a better idea to hold the Ember Spirit for last pick,
10 seconds
honestly.
remaining.
Because I think you would have fooled them into thinking that Windrunner was going to be your
5
mid.
seconds remaining.
And we would have been able to capitalize on that more. They would have picked something...
Spectre game? Question mark.
Yeah.
Radiant.
They would have picked something to either capitalize on that or try to counterattack whatever you picked at 1 and would have left the mid matchup very, very sad. But then I guess you already knew the mid matchup that Razzle Dazzle was going to be running with, so I guess it's not all that important.
It's a Spectre gaming if their puzzle one plays it. Which is Luth.
Yeah, and he definitely does play it.
It's definitely... Like, if you pick that against the Muerte, you remove the Muerte from the game, from what I remember.
I think Spectre's not as good this patch compared to the last one, unfortunately. I think she's fallen by quite a bit. I think they wanted new ones.
Radiant team pick.
Okay, or pick Spectre with the Muerte. That's fine.
Okay, so it is going to be P1. So what the hell's going
It's
on?
not
I guess
as
it's
good
going
of a
to be.
Spectre game. But
I guess it's going to be support Muerta in a Batten 3. I mean, it better not be a support Quap. That sucks.
10 seconds.
it's really
remaining.
strange. Alright.
It better not be a
So they
support
boomed.
Muerta because that also sucks.
5 seconds remaining.
I kind of hate the Spectre game, honestly.
Yeah, it's a much better spec game for Radiant than it is for Dire. You've got, like, the Oracle, who you're never going to kill. You got the Windrunner you're not going to kill. You've got the Tide you're not going to kill.
Okay, now you have BA. Alright, dude. Spectre game is tragedy.
This kind of looks like toast, honestly. Maybe last patch the Spectre would have something to say here, but not this one. Not this time. So it's going to be a
Spec
support
actually has a
Muerta.
puzzle. The winner is
Going to be a support Muerta. That's interesting. I don't like it.
Dark Ace Muerte.
I mean, Dark Ace is a good support. I just don't think that's a good support hero in, like, any capacity, to be honest with you. And interestingly, it's once again they're going to be doing the Maniac Windrunner instead of the Whimsical Dragon Windrunner, and just switching the Oracle off to Whimsical Dragon, which isn't like an unpalatable idea. But I don't know why they keep doing this when Whimsical Dragon is why that pick has value for this team. I don't think the Maniac Windrunner really is in the same situation, if I'm being honest. Still, with a non-core Muerta, I think this looks like a very smooth game for the PA.
Yep.
As long as Luth can keep his head on his shoulders and not just get bullied out of existence by the Quap, I think he should be doing okay here. Of course, this is also a game where I feel like Quap can do a lot of good. That hero came out really early, but didn't really get properly answered at any point. I mean, the Ember Spirit is like almost an answer to it, kind of. It like matches well, but that's that. And nothing else really like solves that problem. It kills things too fast for Oracle to save, is the big issue. And it's not something you're going to be able to easily hit with the Ravage. The only real answer to the Quap is that late game that PA is going to blow her up. She is going to make that Quap disappear. But that's late game, not early game. So if Kitty gets into a good position here, then she does have a very good opportunity to run away with this one. But I also kind of think that's the hope, basically. Like, if Kitty does not run away with this game, it's kind of hard to see who does. You got
You're
like a
kind of
comically
handcuffed if
bad.
your win condition is
50
that like
seconds to battle.
specific.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things. I mean, if Kid Dynamite starts really running away with it, then the Ember Spirit can answer it. I mean, he has to have like a pretty notable advantage over the Quap to really put the thumb down on her, but he can. That's bad. Like, the Tidehunter is eventually going to have his shard, and that's a pretty bad skill for you to interact with. It's not going to kill you itself, but it's going to make you vulnerable. They do have answers to it. It will require probably like a Ember Spirit Orchid, but what can you do? So, with that being said, I think it's now time for the Hulk Flame in the Spec Pick and chat nice. With that being said, it's now time for everyone's favorite part of the cast, the roll call. For the Dusty the Clown Show, Pause 1, you have Captain of the Team, the Luth, on the PA. Pause 2, you have Kid Dynamite standing in for Gundam on the Ember Spirit. Oh my god, I thought my headphones died for a second there because the music died and all sound effects did too. Pause 3, you've got Dusty, namesake of the team, not the captain, on the Tidehunter. Pause 4, you've got Maniac on the Windrunner. And pause 5, you got Whimsical Dragon on the Oracle. Meanwhile, on the other side of the coin, for Razzle Dazzle, pause 1, you have Captain of the Team, BlueJay, on the Spectre. Pause 2, you have Kitty on the Quap. Pause 3, you have Lad of Lads on the Bada Badens. Pause 4, you've got Dark Ace on the Muerta. And pause 5, you've got Brion on the Tusk. Two pretty non-conventional supports, I would say. I mean, again, Muerta is you know, being picked this patch, but I don't think in a support capacity very frequently. So you have two kind of oddballs on your Razzle Dazzle support line. Which I guess could be an X factor. I mean, maybe Muerta support is secretly goated this patch. It's not just a core thing. I mean, I'm not holding my breath, but maybe. Maybe Dark Ace will make it goated. What were you saying?
That's right. So they're like trying to get their Spectre its face.
Patton bought a full magic wand. I guess that makes sense. Not something you see on him very often, but he did do that. I guess because you have PA who casts 3 times a second, and you have the Oracle who casts 3 times a second. A very wand-vulnerable lane. Maniac did that thing that, who was flaming that? Who was it that came on and was like, I don't like seeing my supports with 2 sets of tangos? It was somebody. Wasn't Lad of Lads, he's not alive anymore. Missed that happening. Ooh, die with the aphotic off cooldown, you hate to see it. Cringe.
There we go, change the region of the call is super fucked up.
There we go. Yeah, I don't really like the lane for off lane for the Dire either. I mean, you got Muerta who's kind of, like I said, a little questionable in this role, and you got a Baden who, like, doesn't like to see either of these guys in his lane. I mean, he's not the best into Oracle, and I think, as a 3, I think PA is one of your worst P1 matchups. Like, it's really not somebody you want to see, somebody who can definitely do a lot of chip damage to you when you can't do anything about it. Will, like, basically will win the race against Aphotic Shield pretty handily most of the time, so do not look for Lad of Lads to be having an awesome game this time. He probably won't be.
Yeah,
Tidehunter
if
in
she
the
hit
thick of
6,
top.
If she hit 6 before Abba, he can...
Yeah, it's really bad. Since he was the guy who was First Blood, it's a fairly likely outcome, I think, that you see that. What dust did he get? I wasn't looking. He got Krill Eater. Yeah, makes sense. I think that's what everyone's doing. Thus far, Ember Spirit having a bit of a bad time in mid. He is down 10 denies in particular. He's nearly parity for last hit, but
Dusty.
Gapping, huh? Oh yeah, he's just getting run over up here, huh?
Oh no, and your support's dead too? No.
Nope, support's fine.
No spells.
Yeah, I think that was just a case of Tidehunter just has all the buttons clicked on him at a kind of an opportune time. Does not have a level of Kraken Shell yet, and might get a level of Kraken Shell after that happened.
He's kind of low to begin with too, so like he just kind of
Yeah,
gets chipped down and then eventually gone on.
And if you want to talk about things that help you prevent getting chipped down, I mean, even 15 damage block, right?
Hit Dynamite is dead.
He's gonna try and catch the Quap under the tower here and go for the kill, but he doesn't actually have enough juice to make it work. That's really bad for him, actually, because he's already down that many denies. So now he's going to be down 2 levels compared to Quap. She's now level 6. That's not good for Kid Dynamite. And this was going to be a big answer to the Quap question, but thus far is not. I notice he doesn't have a single level of Flame Guard, which our mystery co-commentator will be flaming. I think in this case, I will be too. Okay, I missed that kill up at top when I was thinking about that, sadly, but...
Power shotted.
Very
So
sad,
first what
very
happened is him and Brio kind of ran at the tide again and got him a little bit low, but then, you know, BlueJay's taking a lot of damage, and he eventually gets power shotted.
Hulk says Muerta only picked as a support. That's interesting. I have not seen it as a support yet myself. But then I haven't seen it being picked in the Pro Leagues. I've only seen it picked in like LD2L level games, who knows. We got a gank while I was reading chat there. No, we had an attempt by Dark Ace to secure bot rune.
Himself.
Yeah. He wanted to come and secure bot rune, just got caught by the Ember Spear, which is really good for him. That just gave him a good space to breathe in. Yeah, even if it's only, I still don't see it as a support. I've seen it as core ball, and I've seen it as support to nothing. So, even if pros are doing it, I'm very not sold on it at an LD2L level. I think this is core only at an LD2 level. Again, we'll see how it goes. Got a gank coming in. Kitty using those chat commands so we can very nicely see it happening. Is going for the rune here at 7 minutes. Maniac responded a little slowly there, and it's going to cost him. If he had thrown that shackle shot out at the first opportunity he got, I think they at least secure the Shrine of Wisdom there. But instead, he just gets eaten by the double damage Quap. Meanwhile, Abaddon dies a bot. And we're just getting the last hits now. Yeah, that's Abaddon if scrambled. You might notice Dark Ace and Lads here have a pretty comparable amount of last hits, and PA is topped by a pretty considerable margin. Like, this is pretty well a disaster, and the sad thing is that Kid Dynamite was in like a similarly disastrous position, but got that turnaround kill to put him kind of back on the board. I mean, he still definitely hasn't won this lane. Quap definitely still won it, but he's not like gone. He's not off the Joy-Con drift. He's not off the board here. Whereas this Abaddon is like just completely crushed at this point. It feels like. I like how they just tried to pull in the dead camp. Rest in peace. Gets the D word here.
I mean, on the other hand, BlueJay is kind of parity. Like, he's only lower net worth because of that random death.
But then BlueJay is in a much worse position in this game than the PA is, I think. Like, on a strategic level. You know, the PA ballin is much bigger than the Spectre maintaining parity against the Tide here. And the Tide definitely has something to do with this game. It's just, okay, shows me for looking away, I guess. BlueJay's going to get a nice return kill here at bot. They might get a kill on Luth. That would be really big here. Is going to get silenced by the stupid gimmicky Muerta thing. So 4 come to bot, get rid of the PA. That's like really big.
Yeah, that's good. It gives BlueJay space. Because while that guy is dead, BlueJay's hitting creeps.
And they're also just gonna collapse on this T1 here bot. I think that's the tragedy of losing the Ward Wars here. They don't really have any vision in this bot lane anymore on the Radiant, and thus had no idea everybody and their mother was coming down there. Meanwhile, everybody on the Radiant goes top to get the counterattack on the Dire's top T1, but like, no real hope of that.
BlueJays
So instead they're
cleared
going to
outta here, so.
opt to try and make a defense on bot, especially when they notice the Quap is gone. Dusty comes in with the Ravage for the Dark Ace. Team follows up to take out the Tusk, so just the two supports for that. 820
It's
gold
nice and
changes
all, but
hands.
like BlueJays are very free right now, and will be for a while because TPs are used on that.
True, but on the other hand, PA is also going to be equally free, and that probably means more. Well, no, that
That's true.
definitely means more.
It doesn't mean more.
It's going to be the Luth show this time. It's going to be all about Luth. How this game goes is going to be depending on that. And BlueJay does not have that kind of power in his hands. It's just too bad of a Spectre game. Not the right time, not the right place, not the right patch. Bit of a slow moment here at this point. Bad making another go at things here. At least that, being part of that kill on the PA at least got him 6. He's still down 20 last hits and 7 denies, but
And
you know.
Wizard and Queen of Pain headed here. Luth, my friend.
Uh-huh, he's walking right into it. He doesn't know.
Oh
But-
no. Moments before disaster.
Yeah. Whimsical Dragon sees the sees the Abaddon coming around the back, gets distracted, drops everything on him, and so Lucius gets got again. They're really just putting the entire thumb down on him at this point. And the rest of his team is not really responding to it at all. The Tidehunter is still just casually chipping at top, is not really coming close to getting it. Maniac with them, Kid Dynamite still just casually hitting creeps of mid with occasionally some intervention from Kitty.
A little bit of a play at top.
Yep, they found the Tidehunter here, well behind the lines. They're going to... The Windrunner is
taking a
going
lot
to
of
try and
damage.
take out the Spectre here while they're doing this. But I believe it is over for the Tidehunter. Yep, here comes that. Oh, no.
Oh, he's alive!
Yeah, just barely making it out alive here. He better not, yeah, I was gonna say, he better not hit that anchor smash button or he's gonna die, but he does. So the Dire is just, at this point, doing the old 12-minute 5-man. Like, there is not, like, farming going on at all at this point, outside of BlueJay kind of farming around where the death ball is happening. And it's, thus far, there's no real response to it whatsoever. The Luth team is just pretending lane phase is still going. It's not great. I have a sneaking suspicion that this could be stand-in hijinks at work here, impacting the team's coordination, because this is the wrong way to go about this. Feels like they have a lot of advantages in the draft. They're going to lose a lot of those advantages if this keeps happening.
Okay.
They're going to... They got the Orchid out on the Spectre. We just saw it there used on the Oracle.
Ravage.
Goodbye, Kitty. Big Ravage there. Dusty tips Kitty. Wasn't exactly who they wanted to kill, but it's still a pretty big one.
Dire's middle tower is under
Well,
attack.
And
BlueJay
also-
hopped it back to his original, so he wasn't available.
Yep. And you have the turnaround there. I was about to say, the turnaround is going to give Tidehunter the ability to push down this tower. He wants to just keep going behind and going crazy here. Finish up his Vlads.
That's a classic Dusty play.
Yep. Tower does not go down, nor does anybody on the Dire. They do force a lot of TPs here, which is going to give Luth some space to try and breathe again. Notably, one of the people who is here in this mess is BlueJay, who's just doing camps here while the Spectre is doing the lane. So, especially without a farming item, is going to be doing that a lot slower. Still no points in Flame Guard on the Ember Spirit, who's going to get silenced. Good use of the Oracle Purge there to get rid of the silence, but just not enough time for Kid Dynamite to react. He's just going to take another spill. Abaddon getting the Echo Saber. I still hate seeing that thing this early in the game.
Dire's top tower
Does not
is
do
under
anything
attack.
for you, I promise it doesn't. Yeah, I don't care if people are still building it, they're still building it because they used to build it. Think about it for a second, you know? It's not useful until you get Harpoon. It
Radiant
doesn't do anything till then.
structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, but it's
Dire's
cool.
top tower is
True, it
under
is
attack.
cool. They got the leash on the Quab here. They're doing a lot of damage. She is going to be able to jump out here. The Blink is going to come off. Ravage is up not that long from now. They have a haste rune now up on the Queen of Pain. BlueJay finally denies that top T1 which was getting assaulted by creeps. Kind of an awkward procession here as the Radiant was just letting Tidehunter stand in front of everybody, take up all the damage. So what looked like it was going to be a big counter initiate on the Dire turned into, well, we can't kill the stupid watermelon with the Oracle behind him, so everyone just kind of like blew a bunch of spells in the haste rune and just got nothing for it.
There's a Rosha walking by, watching what's happening.
Yep. The weird new Mage Slayer build with the cloak and the Orb of Venom, which he has screwed up by accidentally building into a full item, but whatever. They kill the T1 mid, find the Muerta behind the tower, and Luth gets jumped by
Queen
these
of Pain
two
says,
guys.
I will jump on your PA.
Yeah, this is like super not worth it. This guy's your whole team, guys. Start playing like it. Tidehunter is good, but he's not like that good, and this isn't that good of a match for him. Aiming for the Lotus Pool here, assuming that the Quap is going to go for it. A good assumption, but not actually how it turns out. She dodged it completely.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scanned the wrong creep camp. Very sad if that scan was just like slightly to the left. You're gonna find the Tidehunter here. Going to
It's probably
fear
the
money
worst
through
possible
his camp.
person to find,
Yeah.
honestly.
Dire's turret has been killed.
Tidehunter's actually gonna stay in the big silence there for a second. Gonna find the Oracle in the back there. Just casually get rid of him. Power shot comes out. The
Ravage.
cusp very low. They actually use the Ravage to kill him. I don't think I agree with that course of action, but whatever.
You just expected more
Quap ult
people to
on
be
the
there.
Tidehunter does actually nothing. That was the least amount of damage you were legally allowed to do with a Quap ult. Abaddon goes ding, nothing happens.
It's a lot of spells to be thrown for no people to die.
Yeah, on both teams at this point.
Radiant are scanning.
It's a lot of spells by both teams for the only result to be
Dead.
Oracle dies and the two Dire supports die, and Dusty goes ah.
Yeah, that was great. I love that.
Can you disassemble
Dire's bottom
this?
tower is under attack.
I don't think you can. I think
Disassemble
Kid
it.
Dynamite might have screwed up. The Orb of Corrosion,
Or
specifically.
corrosion. Nope, it doesn't say it can be disassembled. You look
Yeah.
at the Vlads here
Yeah, he had to
from
buy it.
Tidehunter's inventory.
He had to buy a second Oov. Very nice.
Dire's bottom tower
In fairness,
That's
that
a
might
rough
have been
one.
on purpose. Actually, does Oov even build into that anymore? Okay, no, it
think-
doesn't. I'm just behind the time. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah, see. Even though it makes 0 sense that it doesn't build into it, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, the
That's what it is.
the orb changes were solutions looking for a problem right there. Ember and the Quab going to go at it here in the shade of Radiance mid T1.
A lot of Radiant heroes running over, getting
Yeah,
caught.
and they caught the Oracle on the way. They did not catch this Quap. Dusty has his shard at this point, but he doesn't have Blink, so he's not going to be able to catch Quap like that. They're going to need to have her otherwise pinned to do that. BlueJay did get a nice Orchid kill on the Oracle there. He's going for an Aeon Disc. I don't agree with that. I think he would have jumped better off with just the
Dire
Eels
are
here.
scanning.
Dire scan out. They find the PA. They're going to take the incorrect route to Chaser, though. I think Oracle smells something up. Has TP'd down here. I don't think they necessarily... oh, they went past a Watcher, so yeah, he did see that coming.
Yep.
They have moved a lot of people bot, but... You got the Ember Spirit and the Tidehunter looking at the spec up top, but they don't actually have any ability to kill her. Everybody pings Luth. Everybody in the whole game pings Luth.
Luth just kind of casually saunters away.
Yep. Okay, it might not be so casual. The Dire is still encamped out here. They're still in his GG river now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Dusty's gonna walk out here just right on top of the lane. He does not care. And just seeing the Tidehunter is going to get everybody on Dire to say never mind and run away. Maniac calling for maybe the worst time Tormentor play ever. You'll be glad to know that they nerfed the actual capabilities of Tormentor so he doesn't just shred your team anymore.
Yeah, we won't see any 80-minute games thrown by going for Tormentor.
Spec looking at the Ember Spirit. They get the silence off, and then the TP start coming in, so they're not going to actually be able to catch him. That was actually really sad for the Tusk and the Muerto, who just dropped the TP up there for basically no possible gain. Not that anything is going to be done about that. The Abaddon and the Quap still take down mid T1, and nothing is really done. It definitely feels like this is an outdraft favoring the Luth team. Still, rest in peace, Maniac, but it definitely feels like it's a big outplay in favor of the Dire so far. Like, just deathballing during the time when they had the advantage, taking as much advantage as possible of the Spectre Orchid against the Oracle during the time when he's not really building to counter it. Again, he's building the Aeon Disc, which is, you know, in the long term it's going to be very helpful, but in the short term it's going to mean many more Spectre deaths before he can actually complete that thing. Tough Orb of Destruction, tough Brigand's Blade, mystical Brigand's Blade.
What's so mystical about it?
It's very questionable.
Dire are scanning.
Dire scan out the GG jungle at bot looking for the PA. No such luck, she's on mid with her team. And only now has just kind of decided to wander off. Dire putting pressure down here, bot T2 for the Radiant. Kid Dynamite just found a water route. Okay. I don't know if that's even true. I feel like that might be a spectator bug.
A little bit of smoke play, but Brion's gonna tank it, it looks like.
Yep. Not really the person they wanted to find off of this. Just going to go for the Tidehunter here and then blink away.
Okay.
So yeah, very much not who they wanted to find.
Not even gonna tank it.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll notice the Dire only gives any kind of fight when it's like a 5v1. Like, they will not take a fair fight. They won't even take the risk of a fair fight. They are just specifically split and looking for the easy picks, and they are not accepting anything else.
Yeah.
Dusty's going to throw the anchor to Abaddon. Wrong guy to throw it at. Not like it matters at all. They're under tower anyway, but you know. Abaddon standing in front of the whole line. Tusk standing in front of the whole line. Quap almost, not Quap, the Muerto almost just kind of walked into the Tidehunter there. They're having a lot of trouble dealing with this these blink daggers on the Tusk. Like, every time Tusk is in what looks like to be a bad compromising position, just gets to blink out. Tidehunter takes a few shots at the Tusk and just walks away. This is so awkward. The real benefactor from this is PA, who's right now at the top of the net worth chart. Spec not doing as well as I thought she would be. I guess the amount of kills she's gotten has kind of slowed down. They've caught out the Windrunner here and have just completely annihilated her. And the Oracle soon to follow. Like I said, not taking anything that looks like a fair fight. They're just waiting until they see a support wander off or what have you, and then just trying to do the 5v1. Yeah. It's probably the right move.
is the right move currently. But
Tidehunter's gonna get harpooned.
okay, Ember's very dead.
Yeah, this sucks. It's interesting.
Yeah,
It's like it feels like the Radiant should know. Dusty has to pop a
Oh, no, he
desperation
popped
ult, he
Ravage.
still isn't gonna live. That's very sad.
The Brionne ice shards.
Yep, goodbye, Tidehunter.
Oh,
It feels
man,
like
that's
the
tragic.
Radiant has to know at this point, right? Like, every time they're not 5, then they lose people. Every time they are 5, the Dire and everyone takes a fight. Like, you can just keep pushing towers and trying to force them to come out when you are 5. You don't have to, like, play their game. You don't have to split like you're doing, right? Like, it's not helping you, it's hurting you. Really playing into what the Dire wants you to do. And they're taking advantage of it. They're playing it right. They understand what makes, like, this team work in a way. I mean, I think the Spectre pick is still awful, even with that being said. But they understand how to make this team work. It doesn't really feel like the Radiant understands the same in response. Really. Okay, Kitty going a little crazy there. It's not going to face any consequences because Tidehunter keeps wasting the anchor, unfortunately. Kitty Dagon's a creep on the way out. Dark Ace gonna get spit on here. Going to figure out that that's still in the game. Then Luth is going to pop out of Fog for the first time in a while to get a very free kill. Still at the top of the net worth charts, and it still is like the case has not changed that you can just coast on Luth here to a victory, no matter what happens to everyone else. There's that. And you're definitely going to need to, because the Ember Spirit is a non-factor at this point. He doesn't do anything here anymore. All he is he's this Mage Slayer. That's what your Ember Spirit is. He Mage Slays people. That's basically all you got at this point. That's not that big of a deal. So you get the PA coming out of the jungle, you get the one big kill. Looks like everyone was almost going to split up. They're coming back together again now. They're looking to circle this this Spectre here at top, and that's a very big kill if they can get it, and it looks very reasonable. Yep. Going to go down. Quab is going to come in on the backside to try and get rid of the PA, but the time of this game where you could just scream at her and she dies is now over. So she lives through that Oracle False Promise just in case, is going to get her back to full HP.
Feels like I got screened uphill, which didn't help.
Also true, yeah, but I mean, arguably did help because if Quab tried to prosecute that, then the PA would have just killed her.
5v1.
Yeah. I'm glad that doofy Quab facet now has a counter. Going to do a Roche. I kind of doubt this is seriously contested. They're going to get Knocker, Shaker. Ember Spirit out of the pit, though. Luth is going to take Aegis, which is pretty good. The Oracle is going to finish Aeon Discs. That's not really a viable objective for the Spectre anymore. It did take him a long time, and he suffered many, many deaths to do it. I still think a Yules would have been probably better, but Aeon Disc on Oracle is not bad. You're not going to be a damage-doing type anyway, for the most part. So Tidehunter has his Blink now. Has his Blink and his Ravage and his Anchor. They're going to circle the jungle. They're looking for the Quab. They're not going to find her here. They're going to walk into the lane first. I don't think they have smoke. They're going to find the Quab here. I don't know if they saw it. Yeah, I think they did see the way that she was trying to
okay.
out. Whoop.
Ravage,
Oh my god, just barely. Just barely. They just barely catch the Queen of Pain at the back of the line here. And Dusty goes, aw. Well, this game suddenly looks really bad. The Luth is really hard to kill all of a sudden. The Tidehunter is able to get rid of the Quab with the Blink Dagger plus the Anchor. The Spec lost one of her easiest
Ravage
kills.
on the BlueJay.
Yep, just right on top of his head. You're going to have a lot of damage coming out, but without the PA here...
Dying as quickly as they like.
Yeah.
Without
the PA here, it's going to be a very slow process, but it's going to be a process that gets completed nonetheless. PA is going to go bot looking for the Abaddon. or going to go top looking for the Abaddon rather. Going to chase him out of the Wisdom Rune area, or Wisdom Shrine area anyway. It's also going to finish the BKB. Which, I mean, it's not going to be that much of a power spike this game if I'm being honest, I don't think. But it's going to be something of one, I guess. Yeah, this is really sad.
Have 2 Orchid Forges now, you know?
True.
2 Orchid Forges with the 2 Orchids.
It's getting pretty sad at this point, like, it feels like the Dire, like, outplayed pretty well this game, and it doesn't feel like it matters right now. Diadon are going to jump on the Muerta from behind the tower here. Muerta was the sole survivor of their last encounter. It's going to get rooted by the Ember Spirit, and that's going to likely... Okay, no.
Aphotic.
They're going to use the Aphotic to try and keep her alive. Not going to last very long. Now we're going to get to hear that nice bell chime. Probably? Nope. T2 top going down for the Dire. I believe T2 bot went down for the Radiant as well, so you know there's that. Quap and the PA in the midst of things. Spectre's just gonna very casually fall here. They're going to try and keep the PA from using the Aegis here, which is so far successful. Tusk is bought back. Ember Spirit tries to chase the Quap, can't actually get her. Needs to finish that S&Y before that's like a realistic thing to do. So overall, that's a
very fragile right now, it seems.
That's a 1 for 3. They had a buyback on the Muerta, so this gold change is even worse than it looks. It's about a, let's just say a 3k gold swing for Radiant here. Actually had Tusk buyback too, so yeah, it's getting bad.
Spectre's dying way too easily in these fights. I don't really know how to solve that problem, but...
He's getting Manta style, which will help at least a little bit, but... Yeah, I don't know. You don't really have the... it's just going to be down to like Abaddon just trying to keep her alive through his skills. It's really the only thing they've got at this point. The supports aren't buying particularly savvy type items. Like Tusk is going for the Ags here, which I don't really agree with. I think you definitely want to see something more defensive at this point. Like a Glimmer Cape would mean a lot. Even after the nerf, the Glimmer Cape would mean a lot, I think.
Yeah, but you know, kicking people into the fountain can't be argued.
True. Tidehunter on his way to the Shiva's Guard here. Radiant making a siege on this T2. I think that's good timing because the Wisdom Train's about to come up. I believe that was, yeah, that was Aegis expiring. PA angling for a Satanic now. As decided, she does well enough damage, and that's probably fine. I think I would agree with that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
It's not like Satanic doesn't have you do more damage, but opts to do that instead of more direct form. Gonna get DD on the PA.
That's very scary.
Yeah, Quap is gonna run all the way into the GG jungle here. Kinda following this lane. Which would kinda be a mistake. She shows that's kinda over. But yeah, they see her, they're going for it. Nope, they are gonna say she's gone and hit the wave, so this is one of those farming DDs, unfortunately for Luth.
What can you do?
Even now, they still have pretty bad problems actually catching people on this team. They're kind of outrun by the Dire, they're outblinked by the Dire. Until they get, like, the S and Y plus some more form of catch on the Ember Spirit. going to continue to be the case, I believe. They're sieging vaguely here on the mid T2 on Radiant. They're not really doing anything here. There's kind of dead air for them, which I don't think is very good if that Spec is getting farm right now, which she is.
Yeah, because Spec, well, it might just be because PA's win rate's atrocious, but Spec does edge PA late game.
So I definitely think they should be considering trying to hurry up and press the advantage. Trying to shrink the safe map for the Spec, trying to force fights around their towers, because right now they're just kind of making these half-hearted pushes which aren't doing anything for them.
Luth is
Going to get a meeting in the mines
kitty
here. Oh, the Quap jumps the hell out.
Goodbye, Luth.
Goodbye, Luth. Well, yeah, I guess goodbye, Luth. What's goodbye, Kitty is what it really is. Luth getting...
It depends on the perspective you're looking at it from.
It's true. Getting somewhat close to the Satanic here. About 1,000 gold away at this juncture. And Shiva's guard for Tide is ready whenever Tide wants it. Tide's going to instead leash the hell out of this guy. This is
Stand there, AFK. There we go.
Yep. Bonk.
Dusty takes a nice sip of his drink while that happens.
And that's the Shivas now actually in the Tide inventory. You've got the Phantom Knives for PA as well. Randy, are you a big fan of knives?
Yeah.
And Maniac got the Shrine of Wisdom down here, okay.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
And again, the game kind of turns to dead air. The Quops, or the Spec is going to go in. In fact, the Quap also on the Maniac here. But this is like the wrong guy to be the first responder, so the Quap's going to be able to get away with it. I mean, if Dusty had guessed that Quap was going to just go for greed and farm that camp, then that would have been a follow-up, but...
Yep.
They did not do that. They did see that Roche was back up, though.
Yeah,
And they're just going to go ahead and do that.
They're also not contestable based on where they are on the map right now.
Everyone at Dire is somewhere in the bot lane side of the map, so...
Kind of a shame, this is a very slow Roche.
Yeah. But then I don't think they win it, they contest it either, so kind of awkward. The proceeds from killing Roche have completed the PA Satanic, or rather I guess the proceeds from before killing Roche because she just got it off courier there. Giving her Satanic in any case. So now she's going to be pretty tough to kill unless you can get her like a reliable silence and disarm on her, which is not going to be easy with an Oracle on the team. But they're gonna have to do something with this Aegis. They can't just like sit here. And so far, everyone just is like, hey, yeah, this is a farming Aegis, basically. They do have Ember Spirit who's out managing the side waves here. He has a Yule, so he's not in danger of getting jumped. He can definitely just find his way out of here. Yep, they jump on him, he hits the Yules, then he gets silence the moment he touches down and doesn't actually room them out. That's very sad. Oh no, baby.
Well.
Going to try and push from top here. Dusty is just going to tank everything they do with his face. Abaddon is going to walk into the back line, get an anchor thrown at him.
Give a low tap to Luth.
Still just hitting this tower without a care in the world. Quap is going to show up, distract everyone for just a second.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Abaddon is doing his best to be annoying, but at this point, everyone's just kind of ignoring him.
Okay.
You've got the Ravage out. I don't know if they didn't get the anchor on Quap. Saving it for the spec, I guess? I don't know. Very strange.
Very disjointed.
And it looks like at this point, the Radiant is looking like they're trying to just fall back here. Yeah, that sucked. That was everything they didn't want to happen. Why wasn't the anchor out on the Quap there? That was super weird.
I don't think anybody was thinking, and he was just pressing buttons.
Yeah, kind of what it looked like. Dire trying to press this. They're going to drop on the Titan here, which is really not who they want. They're going to find the
Oh, okay.
Winner instead, who's a much more palatable target. They're going to get rid of her. Throw the anchor, my guy! There we go. Anchor finally comes out on the Spectre, who's really not the target you want to see it on. PA versus Quap. PA wins. Takes out the Tusk as well. They lose that big stupid watermelon for it.
It's awful for Radiant, and they'll probably still win this fight. That's the sad part.
Two ships pass in the night as the Spectre and the Quap, or the PA, just run right past each other. Abaddon has not actually ulted yet, which is one of the funny things.
It's very weird. That
Yeah.
entire 2-minute stretch of Dota.
Very bad display for Radiant. I think Tidehunter is saving Anchor for Spectre, and I think that's a big mistake. You still just got to get rid of that stupid Quap. You have no other options to get rid of her. You do not have an Orchid on the Ember Spirit. You don't have an Orchid on anyone, in fact. No reliable silence. You don't have that much to say in terms of stun either. You got the Chains, you've got the Ravage if you want to drop that, and it is a worthwhile thing to drop. You got the Q, which is on the Windrunner, which is really unreliable.
Accept this offering.
Right, like, you can get, like, and most of these stuns can be dodged, disjointed fairly easily, just with a blink. Right, like, you gotta use the anchor on the Quap. You cannot hold the anchor for Spectre. You don't need to hold the anchor for Spectre, you can trust the PA to deal with that. Radiant is going to do this Tormentor now, maybe? Nope, Radiant is going to look at Tormentor and then walk away. Okay. What are they doing? Somebody call a shot here. Like, this is really not good looking for the Luth team.
I mean, they always say your mid is your most natural shot caller, and your mid is a stand-in, so
True.
I don't know.
Who's they? Who says that?
A lot of people.
I see.
Mr. Ice Frog, I called him up,
There you go.
I asked him what the most important thing in Dota is. He said, your mid has to
He
be your
said
shot caller.
playing Tide on her floating $2,000. I guess saving for buyback? Seems like an
Yeah,
awfully
I guess.
pessimistic time to be saving for buyback, honestly. They're going to get Shard for the Ember Spirit. Which is honestly almost unfortunate, if I'm being...
He just
Yeah.
popped.
Yep, he's getting Wind Waker soon. Somebody green is going to circle top. That will be BlueJay. He's the only green person on the map. This Tidehunter is very physically large. Can't wait till he gets the Giant's Ring. Pops BKB. Basher now out on the PA. It's going to be luck-based, but that is something you're going to catch Quap with once in a blue moon, which I think you're fine with.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant scan out that there is a BlueJay at that camp.
Yeah, they're running right towards him, and he TPs.
Yep.
Unfortunate.
Yep, he goes top.
I know they're gonna waste all their time because they think somebody's still here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's a rough one.
Yeah, I think that was just simple for BlueJay. He just saw everyone go off map and made the assumption.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Good
attack.
map awareness.
Gonna split the PA off here. What was that? What? Okay. They find the Quap, but just too late to actually get rid of her. After she screams at nothing. Abaddon got a what now? A BKB and Abaddon? My friend, have you played this hero before? I'm gonna find the BlueJay here.
Which is... Yeah, he's dead.
But he gets
He
out
let his
after
illusion
killing the
kill him.
Oracle.
That's it's humiliating.
God, buy orchids, my friends! Come on! This is getting really unacceptable. Like the Quap and the Spectre are just completely allowed free mobility. They just get to do whatever. Oh no, my guy died with Yule's off cooldown.
Can you do? Sometimes you just panic.
Dire are scanning.
They're going to isolate the
Time for another
Titan.
45 siege at the top.
Tower is under attack.
BlueJay is going to suspect things are not BlueJay. Luth is going to suspect things are going down at the secret shop. It's not actually true. He's then going to suspect things are going down here at the shrine, which is true, but the kitty is going to blink out before anything is done. Meanwhile, there's a fight brewing up here in the top jungle. It's mostly just Radiant guys falling on Abaddon's head, which is not really somebody they're going to get. Abaddon hits BKB and it doesn't really do anything. Nobody's using spells on him anyway. At least nobody should be.
Oh, okay.
Kitty's
nice.
gonna come in and scream at the Windrunner. I don't know why. I guess she was
That's a
really
nice-
looking forward to playing against Windrunner mid this game and just doing that all the time. So now this is the way she gets it out. Ravage is available. Ravage can be used, and it's going out now.
Nice,
They're going to
Ravage.
get the Spectre here. No, she's just barely gonna get away.
What? That guy's alive?
The PA
no, my
kind of
friends.
split. The PA was like looking at the Muerto, which is the worst possible target. Is going to kill Abaddon, I believe, through ult. Yep. Crit him through ult. Going to take out the Muerto. The Spectre got to live, but somehow I don't think she's happy in either case, though.
Yeah, because now they lose Rex, possibly. Probably.
Almost assuredly, yeah.
Top tower has fallen. Dire structures are fortified.
It was a tragedy for the BlueJay team. I think if the outdraft hadn't been this intense, I don't think there's any way they lose this.
Dire's top barracks.
Seems to happen for BlueJay a lot. The guy loves counterpicking himself, I guess. That last week with the Fury on.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle
Going to
tower
lose 2
has
sets of
fallen.
racks. All Kitty can do is protest. Has no ult for another 5 seconds, so she can't do that soon.
Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
It's
They
like
actually
right
have
here.
bot open. Dusty actually wants to go for it. But his team doesn't, so.
That's a Dusty play right there.
Spec with the DD down there at bot. Has a Nully as well. That actually is probably what happened to the Oracle, huh? Oh well. Rest in peace, Oracle. Roche is going to be up in 1 minute. That would be a good time for the Luth team to finish the job.
Yeah, Rush is up right now, in fact.
This should make my life easier.
Smoke ganking towards where they think Luth is. Actually in Roche, but that's actually kind of bad for Luth. Everyone's gonna like find him circling around going for Roche. Oh no, baby, that's really bad.
Okay.
He's gonna pop the BKB here. Everyone's gonna have to come out of Roche to bail him out.
They do no damage to that hero, sadly.
Yep. But part of the reason they do no damage is because of the BKB there. Who's now been used.
Now they don't have a BKB for this rough fight.
Yeah.
It's not dying quite quickly.
Tires
It's a little
can't figure out
concerning.
they've gone back into Roche here.
Okay, see what happens here.
Gonna leave Dusty in the pit. Everyone
They're
else is like
leaving.
leaving like full on. They're way too far back. Dusty's gonna find the Muerta. Is going to throw some stuff at her, but this is like not the person you really want to be throwing stuff at. Tusk's statue just died in base. They might lose T4 up here while this is happening.
It's kind of insane what I'm watching right now.
No, Spectre statue.
Guys, Radiant?
Get closer. It's too far,
Take
my
this fight, my friends.
Yeah.
Come on.
Maniac positioning closer, Ember Spirit positioning closer. Where's my PA at? She's positioning a little closer now. Quap screens at nothing in the
Okay.
pit.
What is going on right now?
Nobody wants to commit. This is like a Season 12 situation. Both teams are just hoping the other one charges into the Roche pit, and neither team wants to. This is classic
So funny.
LD2L.
This is an LD2L game right here, yeah.
They're going
Then
to finally
Roche
take
goes
Roche.
down
The PA
after
takes the
all that.
Aegis. She doesn't have enough spots for the cheese, so she's just going to leave it on the floor.
Alright.
Pen's going to
I
hit
don't
that
know what I just
BKB.
watched.
Tidehunter's going to take the cheese. PA also has the Refresher Shard. Invisibility is in fact invincibility. Somebody has a Glimmer Cape now. Somebody must have, yeah, it's Muerta. Somebody heard me flaming earlier. Gonna drop the whole world in a bat, and he is going to ult, get all of that back. Maniac will not stop firing at him. Somebody uses a bat just to get Maniac to stop hitting him. And he's gonna go down here. He has no buyback, and Luth tips his best buddy in the whole world. You know, I think Lada Lads was the best man at Luth's wedding. Or the other way around.
Oh.
True fact for you. Okay, that's it for Kitty. Goodbye.
Okay. Yeah.
Going to ult just to
That's,
seal the deal. That's unnecessary. Spec is going to lean into that, but not going to actually do anything.
Looking like the game without some heroics here.
Yeah. Very sad place to be for this BlueJay team. I think the BlueJay team just generally outplayed, but the outdraft was just so bad it didn't matter. Like I said, like I've been saying. Windrunner tries to blink on the Quap and doesn't do anything. Dusty is gonna get kicked into the fountain. Oh no, baby.
Alright.
Eat the cheese, Dusty. No, he's got it backpacked! Oh, mama, Oracle with the save, though.
Okay.
And that's actually going to lead to a
Fun
bait on
farming.
Spec, which is going to kill her. That's kind of sad. Tidehunter eats the cheese.
Oh no!
Oh, that's bad. That's going to be Aegis. Somebody get close to the fountain so she can get out.
This is why Brion bought X, you know?
True. Might actually give them a minute longer, too.
Right
Yeah,
there.
they're going to lose
That
the
play.
PA. They're going to lose the PA. They're going to glyph. Going to lose the
It's
Windrunner.
over.
Trying to ignore the Dire as best they can on the Radiant, just kill this Ancient. Oracle putting down Purple Rain here, might tilt
Oh,
it.
the kick! No,
Nope.
the creeps. Oh man, what can you do?
Dusty the Clown Show takes game one. Just
An
a
interesting game that was.
Yep, sad state of affairs on that one. There's just nothing more to it. In the world where the 1-to-1 matchup was better, I think BlueJay wins that game 10 out of 10 times. I think in the world where he doesn't pick that Spectre here, it looks really good for him, but he picked that Spectre and it didn't look very good at all. It definitely says to me that if the draft issues are dealt with, then game 2 is, like, I think it's a very viable series for BlueJay, but this is certainly not the game for BlueJay. So, with that being said, we'll see what happens next time.